can't tell Andre no. I'm like, well, what do you mean? I don't want to tell him no, but I'm not even fucking old enough to get alcohol.
Rewind, recap, relive. For over 50 episodes, the revolutionary force in wrestling interview.
You mentioned growing up with a lot of these veterans, and one in particular, Andre the Giant. I heard you spend time around him when you were very young. Do you have any memories of that? Any Andre the Giant stories you could share?
Yeah, I mean, like, fuck, before I even started full time with WWE in 1983, I was like 15, 16. And I used to, set up the ring for Victor Chioda's, which Gorilla Monsoon owned the ring. And he had certain territories in New Jersey, Wildwood, New Jersey in the summertime, Spectrum, Salisbury, Maryland, and so on. And I used to work, way back in the day for the crew. And those days I was making great money. And I was making $50 setting up the ring, $50 taking robes, $50 playing the music, $50 timekeeping. So it was $200 there. Then Victor was like, hey, Arnie Skolin, you were like, hey, you got to sell programs. I said, programs? Oh, shit. How much are they? They're $1 a piece, 8 pages with one card, the lineup in it. And I said, well, what do I make off a program? 10 cents off the dollar. I'm like, oh, my God, that ain't much money. But Joey was an established referee. Nobody else. I was the youngest on the crew. And so I was the mark. I had to sell programs. But then I would go out and sell 3,000 programs. And 10 cents off the dollar, I made $300 doing that, then $200 doing my other shit. By the time I was 17, and I was doing the wrestling on the weekends in the summertime, the weekends during school, or the summer times, man, I was making 500, more, and then I get tipped, and I had 4 cars by the time I was 17, a badass waterbed, waveless waterbed, which was back in the day, speakers in my I had all kinds of shit, but but getting back with Andre, I remember one time he's sitting there and he's playing cards with Arnie Skolin and he's drinking or they're having fun. Arnie's smoking a cigar and he was the big money man agent. And I remember Andre going, hey, you go get me wine and vodka. I'm like, what? I'm like, Andre, I'm not even old enough to get, wine and vodka. I'm not old enough, So, and all the boys like, you can't tell the boss. No, you can't tell the boss. I remember Paul Roma and this one, and you can't tell Andre no. I'm like, well, what do you mean? I don't want to tell him no, but I'm not even fucking old enough to get alcohol. They're like, well, what the fuck would you do if you had to get alcohol, whenever you wanted to drink? I'm like, well, I'd sit out in front of the liquor store, give him $20, get me a case of Lowenbrau or Heineken, and hopefully they came back out with your fucking beer,
Didn't rob you, right?
Right, didn't rob you. That's how I used to stand there and look. Oh, he seems cool. Let me go ask him. And they were like, well, go fucking do that now. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, there's nobody old enough. I'm like, they're like, Chioda, you better get it done. Or Andre, I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I did, and then I waited like 30 minutes. And I thought this guy robbed me because Andre gave me $100 bill. And I'm like, fuck, if this guy robs me, I'm like, it's got to be this French wine. It's got to be this kind of vodka. It's got to be this, bro. And then, the dude came out. And I'm like, oh, fuck, cool. So I gave him, I think, $20. But then Andre tipped me like $50 or something for going to get it, And I was like, yeah, boss, anything you need next time, I'll get it. Getting tipped $50 is a hell of a lot of money plus what you're making. But Andre there was a lot of cool stories with Andre, so it was great. Sad to see him pass away so young.
Yeah.
He was. There's a picture of me and Tony Chimmel when we had smocks on, and we were like, this is why I was working WWE full time. He was getting kind of older, and we're carrying him out. Because they had us dress up as doctors. We did everything. Dressing up as doctors and all this other stuff. So, but there's a lot of cool memories with Andre.
Rewind, recap, relive. For over 50 episodes, the revolutionary force in wrestling interview.